It's hard to believe the iPhone Air has been out for just over a month, and I normally pay better attention to this stuff, but a lot of stuff going on in the phone world lately. Uh, so this phone, this iPhone right here is, I have to say, the phone that made me enjoy using an iPhone again. And I haven't really enjoyed using an iPhone since the iPhone SE 2022 or the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Those to me kind of quintessential phone models. I love the smaller size, the smaller form factor. If you've been here for any amount of time, you know that I used to really enjoy the iPhone SE 2022 and the iPhone SE 2020 and even the iPhone 8 Plus. I mean, there were iPhones that I did enjoy, but the last couple of years really haven't been that great for me when it comes to the iPhone. Battery life has been terrible. Camera upgrades weren't that great the last few years. The brightness of the screen wasn't that great. I was having lots of problems with iOS when it came to iOS like 16 and 17 and 18. So this is like a fresh start. And I said I was going to do a fresh start, but I decided to go ahead and I just did everything, restored it from my iCloud when I got this, and I haven't really had any serious problems. I got to say that the iOS 26 full launch has been better than the iOS 26 beta, which the beta it had quite a few bugs, but I accepted that because it was a beta. That's something that you expect when it comes to beta testing, beta software. iOS 26 has been pretty good, and it's funny because I've seen a lot of other people complaining about bugs. I'm like, actually, my experience has been pretty good. But the things I love about this phone that I didn't think I would, like I thought I was going to hate this phone. I really did. I just set myself up maybe for failure, but I said, okay, I'm going to try and give it, I guess I hate this expression, give it some grace. It's like, I'm going to test it out before I make an evaluation of the phone, but I didn't have high hopes, right? Just like when the iPhone 16e came out, like who wants this phone with one camera? It's still like way too expensive, 60 hertz screen, all these things. You could get so much more. I thought Apple was out of touch with reality. Apparently that phone sells pretty well. But when it came to this phone, I'm like, okay, surely $999, 3150 milliamp battery, one camera, one speaker, no vapor chamber, like all these different things. I'm like, this just seems like a recipe for failure. And it seems like, yeah, from what we're hearing, it might be a failure. But actually using the phone hasn't been a failure. I've actually really enjoyed using the phone, and battery life, it's been kind of weird. So like the first week that I had it, especially the first couple of days, and I was really grinding it hard. Like I was really going at it, trying to see how fast I could kill it, using it like full bore, like using it 100% as hard as I could. And yeah, I would kill it. I would have to charge it twice in a day for the first couple of days. But it seems like after the last OS update, what iOS 26.0.1 or whatever, and maybe some adaptive stuff kicking in. I don't know, because whenever it comes to Android has adaptive battery. We know it takes about a week to kick in. Apple is not the same way. Usually after you get everything set up, first day or two, full charge, like that's what you should expect. And it just wasn't that great for me. But battery life has been better. And one thing I've learned is I don't really need to charge as much as I think that I need to. Now, of course, I went to a UFC match the other day. Well, I wasn't at the match. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Let me be very clear. Me and two of my boys, we got up and they're like, we got to get there when the doors open at 11, Dad, or we're not going to be able to watch the fight. We're not going to be able to get a seat. So, okay, fine. We got up. We got to Buffalo Wild Wings at 11. At 12, we were still the only persons at the table. That one other couple had come in at about noon. I'm like, yeah, you guys got me real good on this Saturday. But anyway, we sat around, we watched the fight and all that stuff. But I took my battery bank with me because while I was sitting there with the screen on for 5 hours, no, it's not going to hold up all day. Like, you got to be realistic here. But yeah, it does get me over 5 hours screen on time. That for a thin form factor phone, especially since it's only got a 3150 milliamp battery, has been surprising. The other thing, I don't want to say it's surprising because the cameras are excellent. Camera's actually only two. It's not like camera system here. Yeah, the primary camera on the back and the selfie camera on the front are the same that's in the Pro. So that makes me really happy because I'm not at a deficiency. I'm not using an older camera, not using outdated stuff. It got all the new things. So yeah, the new chip, very powerful. Yeah, it does throttle harder than the 17 Pro Max, which I don't notice very often. Every once in a while, it'll catch up with it whenever things get going. But generally, it's not an issue. The cameras, I find that are very good. And a lot of my videos, I've been recording with it, and I got a lot of compliments on it. I recorded one in the front seat of my wife's Tesla the other day while we were out eating. Well, I went out and I recorded in the car during one of the breaks in the fights during UFC on Saturday. But so many people were like, "Wow, it's so good. The camera looks so good. It's really impressive." And I think the cameras are very good. I think the primary camera top notch. I think the selfie camera top notch. I mean, yeah, when you take a look at some of the stuff like the Vivo X300 Pro and using that telephoto kit lens, I mean, this doesn't hold a candle to that. But that's not what it's designed to do. And I learned stuff from my wife, not just making sandwiches. No, it's just joking there. But she doesn't make me sandwiches. So learning some stuff from her, though, a lot of people don't care about having three lenses on the back of their phone. And me, I'm always like, look, if you're going to spend $1,000, you better get stinking everything. It better come with the kitchen sink, lifetime warranty, and a free $5 gift card to go to Taco Bell. Like, it better have everything. So just the idea and the audacity of Apple to make a $1,000 phone, missing all the things that I think you should have in a phone and more. Yeah, I think that's part of the recipe for failure. But in the day-to-day experience, I've learned, and I learned from my wife, like she's like, I don't need the other camera lenses. I don't need a 5,000 milliamp battery. This one lasts me all day. I don't need a 6.9 inch screen. The 6.5 is fine. I love the thin form factor and using it in my own daily usage. It's really nice. I love these thin phones. And it's something new. It's something that nobody asked for. But as I use the S25 Edge, I had a lot of reservations about that one going into it. But it actually has stereo speakers and a vapor chamber and two cameras and all those other things. So the heartache, like the ripping the band off, was not as big of a deal with the S25 Edge. Then we go to the iPhone Air. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is Apple doing here? And this phone isn't for everybody. And I think it's very clear it's not for everybody. I think the iPhone 17 is a fantastic phone. And I think that phone, I got one for my daughter. She loves it. Just my experience with it and all the upgrades that it got. That phone's probably going to be phone of the year. Like I'm going to make another phone. Probably the 17 Pro Max is going to be phone of the year, at least here in the US. I've got some thoughts and stuff on it too, because it's insane. I'm recording with it right now. Same selfie camera, same primary camera, but you get all the extras. And it's only a couple $100 more, but it's a Pro Series phone through and through, and it has the best battery life I think you can get in a phone this year. I think it's finally reclaimed that battery king title because the last couple years, the battery in the iPhones, the heat issues were so bad. So bad. I just hated the experience most of the time. And even with my 16 Pro Max, I was glad to get rid of it. I was so happy to get rid of my 16 Pro Max. So, yeah, do you need everything in a phone? No, not necessarily. Is there something that the experience, I hate to say this because other people use this like form over function, there's something special about it. Like this phone to me, it feels to me kind of like I'm using an iPhone SE again, but it's bigger and it's what it should have been, but a premium version. I never had too many reservations about having one camera because I knew what the SE was. I've never been a big iPhone fan. I've always been an Android fan. Before that, I was a BlackBerry person, and I still love keyboard phones. I still love all that stuff. But when it comes to Apple, some of the special stuff that's floated up every once in a while, like the iPhone SE. I love the iPhone SE 2022, and I used it for a long time. I even quit using my 13 Pro Max. I quit using my 14 Pro Max. I used the SE 2022 for a long time because you could get everything out of it at a ridiculously cheaper price point, and it still took pretty good photos. And yeah, it got about 5 hours of battery life, which was fine, but screen on time rather. So I feel like this is more like a premium SE. That's kind of how I look at it. And I love how thin it is. I am getting pretty much all day battery life. If I need to top it off, it's not that big of a deal because, I mean, I work from home or most people have jobs or you're in the car. Like, there's an opportunity to, if you need to, yes, the battery banks are there. I use those if I go out for events, like if I'm going to go spend 5 hours trying to watch a UFC fight. But for the most part, I've really enjoyed using it, and it's been a big surprise for me. It really feels a lot like this color combination that I have, even though it's the blue color. It doesn't really look blue at all, but with the silver rails on it, it reminds me so much of the XS Max, which was one of my favorite iPhones. My wall of favorite iPhones is iPhone 8 Plus, the SE 2022, the iPhone XS Max, and probably this one now. Like I've been enjoying using this one so much, and it's met my needs for like 95% of stuff that I need to. I've been very happy to carry it around. Now, also, caveat, I have to tell on the other foot, I do carry around a Android phone as well. I always have two phones with me, but I've really been using this one a lot and favoring this one in a lot of ways. Now, of course, I was testing out the X300 Pro with Vivo. Amazing phone. This phone, from functionality perspective, does not hold a candle to that. But most people don't want that. Like, most people don't want a phone with an external lens and an external camera control module, and they don't want all that stuff. So I think that there's plenty of room at the table for choice and options. And that's what I talked about a lot with the S25 Edge. There's room for everybody. Now, everybody will decide if there's room for it to show up again, but most of the people that have picked up the Air really enjoy it. And I don't fault them because I've enjoyed it too. Most of the people that I've got interaction with that have picked up an S25 Edge have really enjoyed it. So it's a lot of hardcore people, or people who are more, and I'm not going to say I'm not a pro level user, because I am, but I don't look at this as, okay, this is not a replacement for the 17 Pro Max. It's just not. So if you need the 17 Pro Max, you're not going to want this phone. So that's just kind of how it is. I mean, some people want something like this. My wife loves this phone. I really enjoy this phone. A lot of the feedback I get from other folks is they really like it. So I think that it is not performing well just because people don't want to pay $1,000 for less. I've talked about that. Also, yeah, it's just one of those things where not everybody wants a thin phone. They don't want to sacrifice that battery life. Battery life is king. Screen on time. It used to be a big thing for me, and most people are like, oh, I don't use my phone that much. And now everyone's like, oh, my phone's got to last. I need 7 hours screen on time. So there's kind of been a revolution as people become more and more and more and more ingrained with what they do on their phones. You need more battery life. So I don't blame people at all. Not everybody wants this. It's not for everybody, but I think there's enough of it out there that as people get used to them and they realize it's fun. Like this phone has made using an iPhone enjoyable for me again for the first time in years. So I will say that much. So that's all I got. A month later, I think it's got a spot. I like having choice. I like having options. And I like being able to carry the iPhone that I want to carry. So yeah, I have still been testing out my 17 Pro Max because I'm coming out with a video on that one very soon too. But yeah, my SIM card has been in this one a lot more than it's been in my 17 Pro Max, and that's been something I never would have expected. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.